Greetings to you all. I am Tholo Motaung, your red carpet king. But today I am on a blue carpet. Hey, it is the top 16 brands owners awards here in Sandton Convention Centre. Right? I had to get that one right. At Sandton Convention Centre, and it is the second annual version of it. And today we're here to basically celebrate young entrepreneurs, youth entrepreneurs, to be particular, that are owning amazing and excellent brands that are doing amazing things in various spaces, of course, in the country. And of course, as we usually do it here at Opulence Radio, we are here to check out who is really has rocked it in terms of the look, right? So we don't have a theme. It is everyone coming up with whatever they feel that will look good on this blue carpet. So you are to make your own judgment. But added to that, we have an opportunity also to speak to some of the winners to hear how do they feel. And also, we have an amazing, amazing international star, Unomza Mombata. She is actually the keynote speaker coming up today. So we're going to hear from her what are her thoughts about this award. So stay tuned. It is the top 16 youth-owned brands, and it is so befitting that we start talking to one of the people that knows very well what brands are about, and it is Brand Powerhouse. How are you doing?
This is awkward because me and you know each other, so it's kind of awkward to be in the camera and talking. And I'm like, what are you asking me? You were with me yesterday. Like, what's wrong with you? I'm great, and how are you?
No, I'm good. Look, now it feels like I did not see you yesterday because,
Yeah.
I mean, look at you now.
course.
Hey?
Pull up in an imprint and some butt tissues underneath. You're comfortable. You're good to go.
So, what?
Hi, Batu.
So, doing this to us, what was the thought process to bring this to us?
I just wanted to look simple, but I mean, I got you, and I'm like, maybe this is not too simple. Simple is very relative, so I guess it is what it is.
So you seem to be maintaining this with imprint. What is this special relationship about? Because it seems to be working. Because every time I see it's like, you know.
It's black, it's Xhosa, it's young, it's youth owned, and it's excellent.
That is, that is. You summed it up so nicely. So about the awards tonight, what is it that you're looking forward to in terms of people that are winning?
I absolutely love seeing black owned brands and young people thriving in whatever they do. So I'm looking forward to the beauty category because I mean, hi. And that's why I'm looking forward to the beauty industry. We won last year with a brand that I do PR for, which is Hermosa Flow. So this year, I can't wait to see who's going to win. I can't wait to see who's going to do what needs to happen. So yeah, I guess everybody else will see what other businesses are there. I mean, ke kgopola from last year, delivery ka speedy, Hermosa Flow and this and that. So I can't wait to see. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you for making time to speak to us.
Should I twirl
Enjoy.
for you?
Please do.
I'm not going to do that, but thank you. Hi,
It's the second annual top 16 youth-owned brands. What does this mean for you, particularly for the current generation, and obviously for the next coming one?
These awards in and themselves are a big symbol, and I think the symbol of building proudly South African brands, and I think also just being able to cautiontize young individuals to saying that whatever they're building is not insignificant. It's very important and it's an exportable brand. And I think the second year running signifies a very monumental and significant move, right? Because you see quite a lot more young people being giving awards as sort of signaling out their work to the market out there. But also a big symbol is also to all these amazing corporates that are out there in the market, whether South Africa, SADC, and other parts of the country, to say to them, the market is open and the market is ready. Give these amazing young individuals market and procurement opportunities, and you'll see them soar.
And for you, how important it is that we support South African brands, because this is the fight that Proudly South Africa is really fighting for, and a lot of young people seem to be embracing brands that come from outside the country more than the ones that come from within.
You know what? For me, supporting proudly South African, brands, businesses, it goes without saying. I mean, it's one of the things I've been preaching for the past 11 years, right? And I think for me, it's a deliberate, but also it's a deliberate fight. It's number one, the individuals that are working jobs in corporate. It's also the individuals, Emalokshini and other places in urban areas, being very deliberate about where they're spending their 10 Rand and the sort. And it's also on us as, black business, small businesses, being deliberate about opening up doors and channels for amazing local businesses, local South African products to be able to participate in the local mainstream economic opportunities.
Yeah. And many times we find that the young people will be saying, I want to start something, but I don't have the capital to do so, or I don't even know where to start. What message do you have for such people?
I mean, if you're going to start with debt, that's the worst place to start. So start with as least debt as possible. You'd often hear people saying start where you are, but I think to sort of unpack that in the most simplistic form, sort of identify what you're passionate about. Number one, are you able to monetize that passion? And if you're not, then sort of trickle back into saying, what are your skills? What are you skilled in? And are you able to monetize your skill? And the more and more you monetize your skill, you keep yourself in the game. And the more and more you keep yourself in the game, you'll be able to deliver value.
So for those that perhaps are thinking of entering next year, these awards, what motivation can you give them?
Just do it. We always wait for the right time. We wait for the right solution, the right product. There will never be such. Do it at that particular moment, because if you get the nod, then it's validation. But if you don't, it means that you need to go and work harder. And if you work harder and you deliver, then you get the opportunity to do more. But if sometimes what we do is that we look at the criterias and we look at what awards and whatsoever are sort of looking for. And not to say that they are off the mark, they're definitely on the mark, but your job is to put your business forward. So even if it's against the criteria, even if it's saying I don't have what they're looking for, but I'm still going to push, then you do that, because your job is to put your business forward and to sell it each and every day and every moment.
Yeah. Thank you for making time to speak to us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good.
You're
Thank
looking nice.
you. I appreciate
love you
it.
guys. This man is the best. He's my man. Look at this. Get things done.
Thank you. We are now with the brains behind the reason we are here, and he is Pet Mahlangu. My good sir, it's been a journey.
Absolutely.
Coming up here.
Yeah.
And we are here, and we are excited and proud of the work that you've put together. How are you feeling?
Can imagine I'm tired, but also at the same time I'm very excited about the outcomes of today. And yeah, man, we only just started. This platform is only 2 years old, and we already punching above our weight. Yeah.
And moving from last year to this year, it's growth, right? For this year, what was one important thing that you felt that as we are doing it, I want to make sure that this one I have achieved?
I mean, it was the festival, and also was to double the size of the platform, and I think we did that. I mean, there's so many incredible milestones that we were able to achieve. I mean, our target last year was to hit 1,000 nominations, which we failed, and obviously we had to aim for it again, and now we surpassed it more than double. So, yeah.
Yeah, and you've worked with incredible brands that have worked with you, particularly from the point of backing this idea and making sure that it is as successful as it is.
Yeah.
For you, what does that mean?
I mean, it's a vote of confidence. I mean, having the biggest and oldest bank in the continent, over 130 years old, Standard Bank, being a part of this, it's really a vote of confidence, and it's just good to see brands putting the money where their mouths are, in terms of backing initiatives. I mean, look, we in a tough economic climate at the moment. Money is really hard to come by, and I'm extremely grateful to all our sponsors for allocating resources to us in an economy where budgets, particularly in marketing, we notice sponsorship is the first one that they cut out, and really they committed in terms of supporting us. So yeah.
Yeah. And you've also made sure that you link the education aspect to the winners, that they get some kind of empowerment. Why was that important for you that it happens?
I mean, education is extremely important. As an entrepreneur, you have to consistently hone your skills, be aware of what's happening in the environment that you're operating in, and also be ahead of the game, that you're in. I mean, there's only so much as an entrepreneur, and most of us, we're just visionaries, and we lack on so many other aspects, and we can't do it alone. So it's important that we hone our skills consistently. I think I have to run now. The show just started.
Just the last one before you go. For those that want to enter next year and perhaps they're still not sure if they should or not, what message do you have for them?
Just enter.
Yeah.
There's only one way to find out. Just do it. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Cool.
All right. Thanks. Forever stylish, forever sparkling, classy, elegant. Let's talk about that first before anything else.
They say there's something in the water in Durban, so I think so. Yeah, but thank you. That's so flattering. I'm flattered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are you wearing today?
Tebe Makoko, proudly South African brand that's international, an incredible human and an incredible designer. So this is it. And I'm the first one to rock this dress. Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you.
And now we're talking brands today. We're celebrating the young people that are giving excellence in the entrepreneurial space. What are your thoughts about us having to have such events in the country?
I think it's incredibly important for us to continue to have events such as these, especially because they are so youth-focused and youth-central. We know the economic climate and how tough it is to start a business, number one. But for young people in this country, with all the hurdles that we have to go through and to push past, I think it's something to be celebrated because, number one, it encourages young people to continue in their relentless pursuit of their entrepreneurial journey. And also when you celebrate and when you recognize, you're giving those who are in their baking stages just that extra push and extra energy and extra inspiration that, it does get sunny on the other side.
And you have built the brand Nomzamo from the small space while you're still in university to the international space. What did it take for you to be able to push it to that extent?
It took a lot of sacrifices. It took moving away from my beloved country. It took going onto foreign turf. But I think also discipline. If there's anything that anyone has probably seen throughout my journey, it's really just been discipline. I've ran my own race and I continue to do that. And I speak so much about rejection and failure because not enough people in my space who are given the platform speak about it. We're so focused on hyper visualizing the success and the yes and not hyper visualizing the many times that we fall. And that's why, so many young people in society go to social media and we fall to the trope of believing that your journey is never going to succeed because you see that Unamzama only posts whenever she wins. So for me, I've always been a person who's been very transparent about my journey, but also relentless in my pursuit. I dare so greatly. I have a lot of chutzpah and I have the goal. So.
And you talk about sacrifice. You had a chat with Mpumi and that at some point you had to use your money to travel with someone to go work overseas, right? And these are sacrifices that are done behind the scenes.
Yes.
And as you spoke about social media, we just like that leads and that glam and that comes out, all of that.
There it is.
For a person that is in that space of entrepreneurship, in terms of monetary value versus the growth,
Sure.
what advice can you give them? Because sometimes we look at now and we don't look at how far do I want to go.
Well, I would probably say find what the intrinsic value of your brand is. The thing that makes people believe, so that when people are believing, people stay. So that's what happens. I'd also possibly, just say, it's so important to be able to, I'd say that. Find the intrinsic value. Yeah.
And I think it's very profound when you say that, because then it's driven from inside, right? And one of the things that personally I have admired about you is you going to work on the humanitarian engagements as well. For you as a brand, how important was that? And perhaps for anyone that may want to do it, they're still, not sure if they should do it or not. What advice can you give them?
So here's the thing, I think being a humanitarian and then, me living that out and being in the public space kind of looked like it was part of my branding, but it's not. I have been in this space since I was 14 years old. I've been doing this work since I was 14 years old, before the glitz, before the glamour, before the fame. And so when it happened that I got into the public space, it was really just a natural progression from who I've always been. And then also knowing that there's so much responsibility that I have in being given the amount of resources and being given the spotlight to be able to use that to be able to make society better. I have so many creative ways when it comes to speaking to corporate now, because corporate will invite me and want to work with me on a brand ambassadorship level, or want to work with me on whatever level. And for me, it's always important to ask, who's your CSI person? Because I have some creative ideas on how to actually build systems that are self-sustaining, so that people don't need you again and they're able to cultivate it for themselves. So it's not a branding thing, it's just genuinely who I am. Yeah.
Before I let you go, for somebody that would like to enter these awards next year, right? What advice do you have for them, particularly from a point of sustainability? Because we know if a business is not sustainability, it will not. I mean, it's been years. You have been growing, and you still is going.
That's it.
Despite the challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say definitely enter. I would say go for it. Go for it. And it's not about winning. It's not about winning. It's about making it into the room. There's so many people who were nominated tonight that didn't win, but they are in the room. They may have been recognized as guests, so being invited tonight. They may have been recognized as nominees, or anything else, but it's about being in the room and having the opportunity to collaborate with the people that you've always wanted to meet. So enter, be in the room, and that's it. The rest is up to fate.
Thank you for the wisdom.
Thank
You for an inspirational address that you have given us, a keynote speaker. We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was beautiful to be here.
Thank you. She is not just gorgeous in Bali, but she is gorgeous all the time, anywhere you see her and meet her. So we're having an opportunity to have a chat with her, because last year she has been one of the winners. Gorgeous in Bali.
Hi.
How are you feeling tonight?
I am feeling great, inspired too,
Yeah.
because I enjoying seeing like young brands show how we can all achieve greatness if like we have that fire in us and the hunger for it. So I am feeling so good. I'm so inspired. Also for Pet to do this. Last year's event was great, but today's one, I even told him, I was like, you pulled a Beyonce on us because this is greatness.
Took you to another level, right?
Yes.
And you were one of the winners last year, right? How did you feel when you were recognized for the hard work that you have been doing?
Awards are nice. Receiving awards, it's like a pat on the back that you are a pet by pet.
By
That you
pet
are-
brands.
Yes, that you are actually on the right path and that the right people see you. Because sometimes we focus on the negatives, but we forget that the right pet, the right affirmations, the right people are seeing you. They can see what you're doing. And the only focus should be on that and nothing else. Just block the noise from everything else and just focus on your work. And the right people will just see you every time.
And how has things been since?
They've been great. One thing I like about the awards, I actually had a stall today. When you enter into the exhibition wall center, and I got that because I was a winner last year. So it shows you that it doesn't end here today. If there's opportunities for you and the brand things, the brand being Lorato and Patton brands, if they feel that you fit, they put you in there. And I like that because it's a continuation. It doesn't end where you're like, I just want an award and what next? This is actually my third opportunity through this. So I like that.
Amazing stuff. So, for people perhaps that want to enter next year and they're still undecided, there's
They should enter. They want to be here. Even if they don't enter, can they please attend the awards so that they can feel the energy? It's crazy energy. As a creator, I've created a brand to be amongst other creators and see how passionate they are about their brands. It's so inspiring. It like I want to keep going. Yes.
and what's in the pipeline for Hermosa? Anything who's gonna say?
Oh, Hermosa Flow is gonna go international. Hermosa Flow is gonna go to Sephora. That's my dream. Everyone knows that my dream is to go to Sephora one day. Hermosa Flow is gonna go there, but I want to go there at the right time. I'm not rushing things because I want to do everything right. But for now, I am here in SA. We recently got nominated in Nigeria for an award, for a global award in makeup. And yeah, we are growing.
Big up to that. Big up to that. That is hard work when it shows itself up. And for people perhaps that still are not knowing where to find you and all of that, where can they find you?
So Hermosa Flow is on social media as Hermosa Flow Cosmetics. And I am gorgeous underscore Mbali. They must follow me because I give out tips on how to grow your brand, how to market your brand, and all that.
You got it. Don't say I did not give you a plug. She is the Bali. All right. So get to Hermosa Floor and get it there. Bali, thank you so much and all the best. We have this slogan here in Uplands Radio that from your lips to God's ears. So you're going there
I'm going to Sephora.
and you're going to win
I am
in
definitely going to
Nigeria.
Sephora, guys. I am from Soshanguve.
Yeah.
I represent township girls, and I want to show township girls that you can do anything you want to do because I think we are conditioned to think that there's only this certain level of success that we are supposed to achieve. So I want to show you that there's no level. There's no level. You can hit each and every roof.
Even the sky's not the limit.
There's no limit to this. As long as you have confidence in yourself and your potential, you can do anything.
Thank you so much for inspirational words. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, great stuff. We are with one of the leading brands in South Africa, Legends Barber, the founder and the MD of Legends Barber. And that is quite a signature that not everyone will ever forget. When you think of a haircut, you're thinking Legends Barber. My good sir, how are you doing?
Good, and you, Tholo, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. So today we are here to celebrate young entrepreneurs that have made sure that they excel in what they do. What are your thoughts about the importance of having a gathering like this one?
I think this is very important because this means youth-owned brands, you understand? And I know Ricky said it so famously. He said, give the young people opportunity, and this is opportunities. I mean, like where brands can compete against each other, where brands can showcase who they are, and this is excellence. This is really top-tier brands. They're actually coming together, youth brands under the age of 35, which is totally amazing to see what's happening here. And thank you for all the sponsors, and thank you for everyone that put this event together. It's truly amazing. It's really, truly amazing.
And for the young ones that are still anticipating to get into business and for whatever reason, they're not really certain to get into it, what advice can you give them?
I would say that one of the most important things is to try because you never know. And while you're still young, give it your shot because you never know where you understand. I mean, like I never knew that I would make a career out of cutting hair because who does it? Nobody does it, you understand? So give it a try and see if it works, and you can definitely take it from there because the sky's the limit. You never know. Maybe you'll be owning a cleaning company for that matter, you understand? Or you'll be one of the greatest hair braiding, you understand? There's so many things to venture into. So I think like we've moved away from just sticking to one connotation as to go to university or go do accounting or become a doctor. Now we're moving much more towards what is out there, what's available out there. Understand with the new innovation that's coming up. I mean, ChatGPT, AI is taking it to a whole new level. So now is the time to actually make it leapfrog and say, what do I want to participate in the next generation to come?
And for you, you are specializing in something that perhaps in the olden days, no one could have thought that it can be such an elite brand. What is your recipe in ensuring that you got to put it to an extent that it became a well-known brand and also a well-respected brand?
I think one of the things that you need to also consider is consistency. You understand? Things don't happen overnight. I've been doing this for the past 12 years, so it goes to show that it takes time, and you have to be consistent at what you do on a daily basis. You understand? And each and every young person out there needs to know that it's not a click of a finger, then you see things happening 65 stores later, 600 employees later, your product's been listed in all these major retailers. It doesn't just happen like that. It's all about consistency, being able to do the small things right. And once you do the small things right, you'll be able to get good at doing the bigger things. But first, get the small things right, yeah.
And also, I think one of the noble things that you have done is to open the business up for other people to be able to get in and be able to make not only living out of it, but because they've got passion to do to actually do that. Why was that important for you?
I think I think that for me was so important because because now we're giving opportunity for our own customers to buy into our franchises. You understand? And them being so passionate about the business gives them opportunity to actually be part of the business much more than just coming into a store as a customer, but now coming into the store as a franchisee. I think I think it's truly amazing and has helped us tremendously with our growth as well. Just a fun fact on that Legends Barber is actually one of the first black-owned youth franchises. You understand? In South Africa, and this is something unheard of. You understand? If we spoke about this 10 years ago, you would have asked, "Who's that Madala or who's that white man that's walking around?" But it's not like that. It's a young owned black brand that's creating waves, and I think that's something that we're truly blessed to be.
Are we taking it to the rest of Africa, to the rest of the world?
Yes, yes. So currently we are in South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, Lesotho, and soon to be in other parts of Africa. I would say that Upper Africa soon. Yeah.
Amazing stuff. So if you have to visit those countries, you know where to get Legends Barber, right? Just look out for it there. So for young entrepreneurs, perhaps that wish to be part of this next year, and maybe they're still not sure if they should be or not to be, what advice do you have for them?
I would say that do the small things right. Be consistent at what you do. Don't go after the trends of now because that might not be what God has destined you to be. So follow your dreams, follow each and everything that you pursue in your heart, you understand, and you'll definitely make a success. If you enjoy what you're doing, you'll definitely make a success out of it. Doesn't matter how much money you make, but as long as you enjoy it. Thank you.
Amazing stuff. Thank you so much. All
much,
right.
Tholo.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you very much.
Thanks. So, in any event or in any project, there has to be somebody that is backing it up. And for Top 16 Brand Owners Awards, we have Standard Bank that is backing it up, ensuring that it is the success that it is today. And with me right here, I have Ostumi from Standard Bank, who is responsible for marketing. Ostumi, the day is here. It's happening. How are you feeling?
We're so excited. The team has worked really, really hard. And of course, it's the pinnacle of Youth Month, right? And we're so proud as a brand, as an organization, to be associated with such a worthy cause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why, I mean, you're a continental bank, right? You could have decided to be in any other project, but you decided to back this one up. Why was that important for you?
Yes. You know, our purpose as Standard Bank is that Africa is our home. We drive her growth. And we all know Africa is young. The average population of South Africans and Africans is under the age of 25. Therefore, it makes sense that if you want to drive this economy as the largest bank on the continent, we need to back the youth. And what we're excited about is that young entrepreneurs are creating jobs. And we've got a very high unemployment level in South Africa, particularly within the youth segment. So we see it as youth doing it for the youth, right? In 1977, the young people of the day back then, they took to the streets. But today we know that there is economic empowerment that our young people are wanting to fight for. And we're just so proud of how they're going at it. You know, they're building those businesses, getting up and getting up and getting up again, because we know entrepreneurship is not easy. So we want to be the bank that backs them. We don't see them as debt, we see them as the future, as the ones who will be driving our economy. Thank you.
And you rightfully said that we've got a lot of young people that are not working. And many a times you find those that would like to start a business, but they're uncertain because they would say, no, I don't have capital. No, I'm not sure where to start. What advice can you give them perhaps to sort of motivate them to get going?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you asked that question because part of this Youth Owned Brand Award was that there were exhibitions and festivals during the day with master classes. And Standard Bank was running the master class on getting the bag in terms of how do you get that financing. So obviously they can talk to us, and there's also a lot of incubation hubs that help young entrepreneurs out there.
Amazing stuff. And for somebody that is sitting at home and thinking, maybe I want to be part of this awards, maybe I'm not sure if I am at that league, what advice do you have for them for next year, of course?
Yes. I think the most important thing is having the courage to begin, right? You cannot win if you don't start. And anybody can make it, right? So my advice is get that business going first. Can you please register that business and have the courage to get it started and apply next year? Who knows?
Stuff. Asibu, thank you so much for making time to speak to us. And I think on behalf of South Africans, we appreciate that you are able to give backing, support to such initiatives because we know how challenging it is in South Africa.
Thank you very much. The pleasure is ours. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Sarika, thank you so much for making time to speak to us. You're looking stunning, and we are very big on the looks. Can you tell us about your look?
Proudly Desi diva from South Africa. So absolutely celebrating my Indian heritage, but a little bit of Afro here with some beads here and there. But yeah, this is a brocade skirt from India and then some raw silk. But yeah, it's about being bold on the blue carpet. So I had to understand the assignment with bright and royal blue.
You understood the assignment, right? I mean, it's such a lovely combination. Did you think about it yourself, or perhaps your designer, heads came together?
The head of my husband came together when he sourced this. He actually matched up the blouse and matched up. So my husband is actually my designer, and we stitched it all up together. Yeah.
Amazing stuff. So where can we check out his work?
He's not even a designer. He's just my husband who's pedantic about it.
He's brilliant, eh?
I'll give him the credit.
You are lucky.
I am blessed.
So now this speaks about your skills to choose, right? It means you chose very well. You chose very well.
I chose very well, even though I met him in an online chat site. But we've been together for 15 years. So I mean, it's so good. It's good.
Wow. Amazing stuff. So tonight we're celebrating top 16 youth-owned brands. What do you think about them, and why do you think it's important that we get to celebrate them?
I am here because my heart sings for the Yoba. I'm so honored to be the chairman of this jury and of this esteemed panel and working closely with the Yobas. This is my second year with the Yobas. But the reason we're here is to support the initiative and the drive to support the youth. And to say, youth, come on, you've got it. You can do it. Follow your purpose, follow your dreams. Build brands, build businesses. The only way for our country to have a present, a future, and a legacy is the youth gets accelerated. And this is something I firmly believe that the Yoba is doing, and the Yoba Awards itself and the festival that we've had over the 14th and the 15th, it's to ignite and accelerate the future global brands that are going to come out from this very continent.
Amazing stuff. At the announcements of the nominees, you also mentioned that it wasn't an easy job to actually go through, all the entrants and really find the cream of the crop. For you, that experience, what did it mean for brands and the future of South Africa?
I think the first thing is, what do the Yoba Awards stand for? The gold standard of youth excellence. So that is why it was so tough. The process was absolutely rigorous for the very fact that, yes, we had quality brands, but is it the gold standard? And that's why the judges and myself had big deliberations about this, because what we put forward in our nominees and what we're putting forward today as our winners ultimately will set the precedent for the next year and the years to come to set this platform as a legacy builder for other brands.
And before I let you go, when you talk about next year, what message do you have for those that would like to enter next year, for them to see? Because I take such as a measure, among your peers to say, where am I?
It is the best way to benchmark. Don't wait, do it. If you're fearful, that's perfectly fine. Do it. You've got to take a step to your destiny and your purpose so your purpose can walk to you. So my biggest message is do it. If there are youth out there wanting to actually create a brand, do it. Put some pen to paper, create the brand, create the value proposition, and enter next year.
Sadika, thank you so much for making time to speak to us.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
My good sir, it's always exciting to see people like yourselves coming to events such as this. How important was it for you to find yourself supporting young people that are making a difference in the business space?
I think it's critical, especially at a point where our country is very demoralized across a wide variety of issues that we are dealing with. Being able to attend to an event where young people showcase their talent and excellence, I think it's an honor and a privilege for me to be part of the whole undertaking.
Do you have a particular message perhaps that you'd like to share with the young ones that are really pushing to get their brands off the ground?
My words of encouragement is that you can draw inspiration from what you see on your daily lived experience. I'm sure all the fashion designers that are here today had something to aspire to, and it drove them into taking an initiative of buying a sewing machine and getting a piece of cloth so that they can be able to design a glove or a cap at first, and ultimately it manifested into an event of this magnitude. So I think it is very much possible for young people to achieve anything that they believe in. And for us as government in particular is to create an enabling environment to ensure that the youth gets the support that they require, in fact.
We are celebrating, of course, the top 16 youth-owned brands tonight. As government, when you look at such things, what does it mean for the efforts that you usually put in, ensuring that in the society, in communities, you bring the best that you can bring, but also there are those that are able to push to get to such a level?
Look, to be quite honest with you, I'm jealous of the organizers and every participant that is here today. No, I am. Because they were able to do this independently with the private sector without having to rely on the government. As a government, we should be embarrassed that our logo is not reflective on an event of this nature. But me being here is a demonstration of government's direction towards the support that is required, not only for our youth, but for our residents in particular. So I'm here as the executive mayor to ensure that I throw the weight of the city behind each and every initiative that is established in the city of Johannesburg that charts a particular direction for economic growth, for possibilities, and for the development of the beautiful city of Johannesburg.
Honorable Mayor, thank you so much for making.
Okay.
Leroy,
Yes.
we know you about fashion,
Okay.
right? More than anything. And you always bring it on.
Yes.
I mean, look at you tonight.
Yes.
So before anything else, tell us, how did you put this one together?
So it was a wonderful phone call to my stylist, Lindani Styling, who was a nominee last year, mind you. And I said to him, listen, it's the Youth Awards today, the Youth Owned Brand Awards, and I want to step out in something fresh, something that encapsulates the mood of the day, and nothing is more important than growth. So I came in looking like foliage, right? Yeah. So I thought the fashion should represent the day because it really is a new beginning for many of the nominees today.
Great stuff. So the color green,
Yes.
I mean, the mix of black and white, and it goes so well. Were you intentional about it, or you guys thought, let's see what works?
Good styling. People know what they're doing. For me, it's white is not a real color, right? Because it really just tones down what you're wearing. It cleans it up, as it were. And black and green are very dark colors. So you need to almost bring something that will be an accent to those colors. And I found that when you start dressing for light and darkness, for contrast, that you start seeing the look being a little different now, going very well, looking like Umechile Gantina. It's a bit of a, it's a thing.
Just a thing. Let's talk about accessory.
Yes.
Your shades.
Thank you.
Hey?
Yeah, also because I've had a long day, I've had a long week, actually I've been traveling, so I came back extremely tired, but it's also because I'm photosensitive now, so I had surgery about 7 months ago, and it's just really more functional than accessory, but it helps and it looks good, so thank goodness for that, yeah.
See, that's how fashionistas do it, right? So about tonight, do you have a particular category that you're looking forward to?
You know, I'm a fashion person and a textiles person. For me, I'm looking forward to the fashion, textiles, that category. Because if we were to lock that industry out as young people, we'd be able to employ every single unemployed person in the whole value chain, from photographers to designers to the people who grow the cotton to milling to yarning, all of those things. And for me, that's the industry I understand, that's the industry I love, and I think that the more the youth expresses themselves in those industries is how we can be able to really lock the industry for ourselves, because we're wearing expensive brands from the Diamond Walk just down the road here, where we can't spend a fraction of that on South African brands. I make a point of wearing South African brands because it's how we can then circulate the money in the industry, right? A rand in our South African context, as far as fashion is concerned, only travels around 3 times. In the US and other major markets, it travels around 15 times. You know, that means how many jobs can we be creating, how many people can come up with their brands, and the viability of being able to grow the brand. So for me, it's really about the fashion and the textiles, because that's what I love and what I know. But I think everyone deserves a moment in the sun. So as a caveat, I want everyone to win.
Leroy, thank you so much. I think what you said is so profound. We have to make sure that we proudly South African. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Enjoy
much.
your evening.
Thank you. Thank you.
Skalo, a very good evening, and thank you for coming to speak to us.
I am so excited. Thank you for having me.
You got us excited when we saw you from a distance.
Are you serious?
Girl, you are so stunning. Take us through your look.
My look today is by Everson. He's a designer that I've been working with for quite some time now. He dressed me for Miss Gauteng exclusive. So from that day, I was like, that was a backup dress. Imagine if you actually are ready for me.
Yeah.
And today he was ready for me. I was like, Everson, I need a dress.
Yeah.
I have a ticket. I need a dress. Give me a dress. And he was like, here you are, darling.
So now let's talk about the detailing, because I mean, again, it's the leg out. It serves. It's the African print. It's the black. What?
Touch of blue.
A touch of.
Let's talk about the touch of blue.
Okay. Plus you want the blue carpet, eh?
Yes. So the point was to have a little bit of African in me, because I am African after all.
Okay.
To have a little bit of, the point was to just have a little bit of detailing and detail the blue and have my African print, because I'm South African, I'm African. And today we're celebrating young people's brands. So it must give African, it must give excellence. This is youth excellence. Right here.
One thing that I love about you is the fact that you understand what proudly South African is, and you're bringing it forward, right?
We have it here.
Yeah.
We have
so
it here.
Tonight, which particular category are you looking forward to seeing?
I'm looking forward to the apparel. The apparel. I want to see who they really think is doing it when it comes to the fashion, because I love fashion. I love everything, clothing.
Well, look at us. Amen.
Waibona. Lento. So yeah, I was just, that's definitely one category. Which other category is there anyway?
There's a car, and there's, I think, beauty. There's
okay, we'll see. Maybe the beauty, I'll have a look out for also the beauty. But most importantly for me, it's the clothing, swag, drip. Drip is forever.
You've had it. Skalo, thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy your evening. Thanks you. Thanks. Good evening to you. When we come together in such circumstances, and we are very intrigued by what you're wearing tonight. Can you let us know the thought process behind it?
I came straight from a shoot. So when there's a new movie that's coming out on Netflix on the 23rd, Number, and I'm one of the supporting act. So we were doing that, and I said, I'm not changing, and I'm taking this. And they couldn't say no.
Amazing. Of course, it looks really fresh. Uh, and what are you looking for tonight, since it's about youth?
Just to celebrate young people, designers, actors. There's so many young people who are skillful. And I'm presenting one of the awards today. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited about tonight.
So, what are you? What connect?
Doing one of the NPOs, and because I'm deaf, so it's close to my heart.
Amazing stuff. Thank you so much for making to speak to us.
Thank you. Me too. Pleasure. Thank you.
My good sake, a very good evening.
Hi, how are you, brother?
I'm good. How are you?
Sure.
Yeah. So tonight we celebrating top owned youth brands. What are your thoughts about this?
I think it's a good initiative, to recognize the young people doing something with their lives and doing something for the country. You know what I mean? Not all the attention is on the big brands, but us small guys who are trying to change our situation here in SA.
And you are one of those people who have made sure that you push your brand quite far to where it is now. Can you tell us, perhaps, for those that wish that they can get there, because you know how South Africa is, right? What message or advice that you can give them to keep pushing?
I think the best advice is to start now. Start while you're young, while you have no responsibilities, so you can make any mistakes as you want to further. So yeah, start now. Have faith, have patience. You need a lot of patience. It's not easy building a brand, so you need a lot of patience, a lot of faith, and yeah, you need to start immediately, so you can see all your mistakes and solve them and create new opportunities for yourself.
So we know you're in fashion and apparel. Besides that category, which other perhaps you're looking forward to seeing tonight? Who the winner will?
Definitely the footwear guys, and I think I saw a technology one. Yeah, those two. Yeah.
And thank you so much for making time to speak. Top NPO and charities brand. She is the winner. She's super excited. What's your name? What is your organization's name?
Okay, so my name is Zanele Pagati, and my organization is Zappower House, which is Zanele Powerhouse.
Lovely. That is the powerhouse it is. Hey, congratulations. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling very, very excited. I think this is, my first ever award this year, so pretty excited.
Oh,
and-
this year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, we are multi-award winning NPC, but definitely our first one for this year. I mean, after COVID and all, we didn't, couldn't do as much as we can, but we're here now and very, very excited about it.
Well done. Can you tell us a little bit about your organization, what it does, and also why did you decide to start it?
Okay, so I am a pageant girl. So I was part of Miss South Africa finalist when I was 20 years old. But I started Zappower House when I was 13, just through a pageant, and we could do charity work, and I saw that this is actually what I love. So when I was 18, I could actually register a company. It was registered under my name, and I do everything that I feel will make Soweto a better place. I am from Soweto, and the little help I do, yeah, so from school tours just to motivate the kids. I mean, if they can see a little girl from Soweto doing it, it's better for them to know that it's very possible for them to do it as well. So I do absolutely everything, but mostly for the girl child in Soweto, because I've been in her shoes and I know exactly what she's going through. And whatever I can do to help, I am there. I'm like the big sister.
So if anyone is watching now and they feel that they want to support, what you're doing, because obviously it's great and it's necessary, in different communities, how do then they get to do that?
Yeah. So you can just contact us on all social media platforms. We are at Zappower House, as in our website, www.zappowerhouse.co.za. So everywhere is Zappower House, or you can just contact me for my personal Zanele Pagati, all social media platforms. You'll definitely find me there. And let's work. It's not even about monetary or anything, any collaboration. I'm currently running a pet drive. So, if you have pets or you can just donate that, that would be, very much appreciated.
Zanele, well done.
Thank you
And big
very
up to Zap
much.
Powerhouse. Wish you all the best in the future.
Thank you very much. Absolutely appreciate it.
Top education brands, that's what they have scooped this evening. Guys, what's going through your mind right now?
Like I'm so excited. The team is so excited. Like if I can feel their energy, I can feel everything, and it's amazing. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you had to explain for people that don't know what you do, how would you just sum it up?
I would simply say just start. Just start. There's no way you can actually execute it. Just start and then you'll see this. I mean, we've got a model that is working from Libertalia, as you can see. The results are showing. So just start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for you, what would you say has been your recipe for you guys to be able to achieve this?
Resilience, hard work, prayer, and just keep on pushing, you know. But I believe always put God first and then hard work will follow. Yeah.
So where to from here?
You know what? I think for now is just getting more awards and empowering more youth and getting more exposure, especially to the young ones. Yes. Thank you.
Please tell us a little bit about what you guys do.
Okay, so we're in the education space, but we're actually in real estate. So we do property sales, we do a bit of finance for home loans, and then the education, which is what brought us here tonight, where we empower the youth and we bridge that gap. Youth into property, we mentor them and we teach them how to sell properties.
Amazing stuff, gents. Congratulations. We're looking forward to see more of your stuff going out there. Hey? Yeah, thanks. Thanks. Sure. Okay. So it is top accessories brands. So here we're talking gold, we're talking diamond, we're talking creativity in terms of those extra things we put on when we go somewhere, right? What inspired you to want to get into this kind of a business?
Sure. I had already been a person who loved accessories, especially sunglasses. So it only made sense for me to venture into that industry. Yeah.
Plus it shows you've got style, hey?
No, you can wear our glasses anytime, any day, as you can see. Yeah.
So now today you have won this award. What does it mean for you as an individual and for the business as well?
Sure. For me, and I think also for the business, it just gives you that pat on the shoulder. It reassures you that you're on the right track, you're doing the right thing, and you should probably continue doing that. Yeah. Just continue doing what you're doing and grow. Yeah.
So for people that wants to see your work and perhaps even buy, because they have to buy, right? They have to buy. Where do they find your stuff?
Okay, so you can go to our website. It's www.bonabywenzi.m.africa. You'll find us on Instagram, you'll find us on TikTok, Twitter, and we also have a website.
Well done. Congratulations. Thank you. It is the homeware brand. I nearly said homeowners because we spoke with guys that won the homeowners category, but it is the homeware brand. So basically, if you want stuff to be done in your house, these are the ladies to go to. So guys, you've won today, right? What is going through your mind right now?
Well, the first thing that's going through our mind is that everything that we've worked for is finally coming to fruition. You know, being recognized as one of the top homeware brands is exactly what we want to be known as, not only in South Africa, but also globally. So this is the start. The fact that we are taking care of the earth through our production processes, which is using recycled material, and also creating job opportunities in our community. You know, it highlights the fact that something is being done in the gloom that we are seeing right now in the economy. There's some kind of light at the end of the tunnel, and that light is Most Crip.
Amazing. So when you guys started, what is it one thing that you were very intentional about, that when we take out our brand, we want it to be known for?
We wanted our brand to be known for sustainability. So we say that we create sustainability, we create sustainable products using sustainable material, and also making sure that we're creating sustainable jobs. And we remain true to that. It's not just a tagline on our pillars of values, but it's something that we stand true. And we see that in till today, the product that we choose, we handpick the material that goes into it. Each and every single product is handmade, so there's no machinery that goes into making that product. And also our employees, we make sure that because of no machinery is used, we have to hire so many hands to make those products. So essentially we're all about, and also ethical business practices. So sustainability all the way, and ethics, is what we are really, really known for.
And when you take that kind of a strategy to build a business, it's usually very challenging because it requires a lot, right? So overcoming the challenges that you have gone through, what kept you going?
Listen, the challenges never stop. So the challenges we face every single day, we're facing challenges as we are right now. We had some business issues just a few hours before coming here. So they never go away. It's just about learning to live with the challenges and overcoming, all the barriers. I mean, that's what business and entrepreneurship is all about. Yeah.
So now you've won, we're celebrating this. Where to from here?
You know what? Just just more growth, continuing what we're doing, remaining true to ourselves, and trying to remember to remain authentic. We're just this week we're talking about a strategy, and we were just reminded with one of our mentors reminded us that we must stay true to ourselves. We mustn't try and do new things and try funny tricks. We must remember that we're all about sustainability. We're all about manufacturing. So you know what? We're just gonna keep on bringing the things that are working.
So for people that are watching now and they want to get your stuff, where do they go to get them?
Well, first of all, we are online. So www.moscript.co.za. You can find our products there. You can find our products at all the retail homeware stores. That's Woolworths Home, Mr. Price Home, At Home. And you can also find us on Instagram at mos.crip.
Well, there's the plug. You cannot miss it. We have to be proudly South African. Ladies, well done, and thank you for making time to speak to us. Thank you. Thank you. So in Sesotho, we've got a saying that "Tsela e butswa ho ba pele." Loosely translated, that you have to ask direction for the way for those who have already walked the way. And with me right now, I am with Ona. Ona, she's one of the winners from the previous year when the awards actually started. So Ona, you're here today.
I'm here today.
Right.
Yes.
For you, last year when you walked this road, how was the experience for you?
The experience was amazing and life-changing. It was one that I didn't have to travel alone. I was with my team, the Elevate Africa team, and we were there with our founder, and it just felt great to be a part of Pat's vision for what he wanted for the youth of 22 last year. So to be here is just an amazing moment. It feels surreal, and we're so proud of every person who's won an award this year.
And when you won last year, what did that mean for you and the business as well?
So for me personally, it meant that every trial that you face on the journey ahead is worth the reward that comes afterwards. And for the team, what it actually meant is that more business. But what we actually do is facilitate in servicing skills and training public speaking, as well as if you're interested in becoming a voiceover artist. So what that helped the team in doing is that it gave us confidence to be pioneers, to head up something that has never been done before as entrepreneurs, but also for our clients. These are people who go out in different industries, big media spaces, students, young professionals. They now have the confidence to be who they want to be, the way they want to be. And it feels so good to know that we were a part of making that happen for them.
Amazing. And since then, you have won. How has things been?
Since we've won, we've gotten a huge demand. Even today, we were at the festival for the Youth-Owned Brand Awards, and there's just been a big interest in training in the skill of public speaking and becoming a voiceover artist. So we are here to say to people, use your voice effectively and efficiently to make the change that you ought to see in the world.
So for people that are in business, right, we know that it gets to be lonely sometimes because it's such a challenging way. And when they come across those challenges, what advice do you have for them to keep going?
I feel like we had a keynote speaker here today, Nomzamo, and she spoke so highly of whenever you're going through challenges and the pivoting moment, remember that every step you take is a brick by brick moment. So that is the advice I'd like to give every young entrepreneur, and even old. I'm not ageist. So I feel like young or old, if you have a dream, it's a dream that God has placed in your heart and deserves to find expression in the world, because you don't know how your dream can influence others and make everyone a change maker that they ought to be.
Amazing stuff. So now give us a plug. Where do we find your services if we want to use your services?
I love that question. So if you're interested in the Elevate Africa services, you can visit us on Instagram at elevate.africa. But we also have a website at Elevate Africa that you can go onto, inquire, see what we do. If either of the services speak to you, find us and we'll do the most for you.
Thank you so much. We
Thank you
appreciate
so
you
much.
and all the best as you go forward. Hey?
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
It's been such an incredible night of all the wins that the winners were able to actually achieve today. But I think most importantly, the inspiration that we received from different people that we spoke to that gave those takes that every entrepreneur has to take into consideration, that even next year, if you are considering, or perhaps you have not even thought of entering, please do so, because this gives you a measure to say amongst your peers, can you be able to make it? But for me tonight, I can only say it's been an incredible one. So do make sure that you also do something about your business if you are in business. If you're not, it's okay. We're glad that you joined in, but more than anything, please always remember to subscribe to us. Click that button. Please subscribe and comment, because we love to hear from you. And from to me, I am now checking out until the next time we are on another, perhaps red, black or blue, another carpet. We'll be giving you it to you.